So one of the things I want to talk to you about today is I'm down in Gulf Shores in the Gulf of Mexico getting one of two properties ready to close on, and I'm just about 2 weeks away from closing on the property and then getting ready to list it. So two goals that my wife and I wanted to accomplish. We flew down yesterday. We went and reviewed the property for the first time. Our due diligence period ends on Friday, so we've already had our home inspection. Everything's good. Looks like we're going to have a clean title. We're ready to go. So I'm 99.9% confident that we're going to close in 2 weeks. That means today we shifted our mindset and we are in preparation mode. And what I mean by that is yesterday after we did the walkthrough with our agent, we went and we bought some replacement dining room tables, a couple of couches. We're upgrading. This is a 3-bedroom, and this is a strategy that I think is really important. You've got to know who you're going to try to attract as your ideal buyer. A lot of people just want to cram in a lot of occupancy, dump in bunk beds, double singles, that type of stuff. For us, we're removing 2 queens because the primary and secondary bedrooms both have incredible spa-like en-suites with them. So we're replacing them with 2 kings. So we're actually going to be targeting higher-end couples as opposed to selling on occupancy. And this is something that becomes really important. We also noticed in our research, and we've owned down in this market and co-host in this market, so we're very familiar with this market, but there's nobody that's doing like a retro chic, type of beach design. And so that's something that we decided to do yesterday. So we're talking like old school surfboards, kind of like a Palm Springs retro chic, just to tie into like the luxury couples for our ideal buyer. So one, we're steering away from occupancy. This will be maximum of 8 guests. There is a 3rd bedroom that already has 2 sets of bunk beds in it. We're going to leave those. So that way, if 2 couples want to come and they want to put the kids, in one room with 2 sets of bunk beds, lock the door, and have a quiet experience, then that's what they can do. So knowing your ideal buyer and kind of going through these stages, and we had to shift our mindset quickly because one of the problems that we're dealing with down here as we're building another property and we're getting ready to close and list this one is that, furnishings are difficult to come by because Sally, hurricane came through about 5 months ago, ravaged the entire market here. And people are now getting insurance claims and they're starting to refurnish. And there's really only about 4 primary furniture stores down here. So without having to buy stuff in Nashville, drive it down, we need to make quick decisions and we need to procure stuff to be able to get listed in 2 weeks. So we're making minor changes. We're moving quickly. We know with 99.9% certainty that we are going to close. I think a lot of people make too many purchases. They haven't qualified financially. They haven't gone through home inspection. There's still too many things on the due diligence side before they go in and they start investing. The other thing is really staging. So like the house that we're purchasing is a cottage that overlooks a pool and has Gulf views. So I'm already working on my copy to really tell the story to that ideal buyer, but also instead of just taking photos like we did yesterday of the pool, we actually did some staging with it as well. And, we went and we set up the furniture, we waited for some good light, just a bunch of different things. And then when we come back and when we actually close, then we're going to get some, the what are we using, honey? We're going to be using the flamingo floaties and some different floaties. We'll take some towels and lay them out kind of what she talks about. There's got to be jewelry in your design, and that's what we're going to put inside the pool to make it pop. She's a design expert, not me. I play a small, minimal role in it, but if you love our properties, that's all her. So that's going to be the pop that's going to happen, and that's really the eye candy that happens that you can see from our family room, from the dining room area, from the front porch. Then if you're out on the front porch, then we'll sell that literally, parents, if you have older children, not young kids, but you could be sitting out on the deck enjoying a Corona, enjoying a cup of coffee in the morning or a glass of wine in the evening while your kids are swimming in the pool. But you can also see past that and see the water, see the sand, see the beach, see the Gulf, just like you can see it right here behind me, off that deck as well. So kind of telling that story. But really the big thing that I wanted to talk about today was really the uniqueness of the design element that my wife's implementing on this property, and also kind of the timing. Don't list too soon, because the worst thing that can happen is that you list, your closing gets delayed, or you even go in and you're not able to close on the property. Because remember, then you're going to have to cancel those reservations, those bookings, and it's going to be on you, and that's going to affect your Superhost status and your reliability as a host. So make sure you've crossed all those T's, dotted all those I's in the closing process before you list your property. And if you really want to be conservative, wait until you sign the paperwork to actually launch your listing. If this has been of any value for you, make sure you crush that subscribe button. We're putting out multiple videos every single week. And don't forget to join the Build Short-Term Rental Wealth Facebook group as well.